Final one for Leigh here. Cricket season is just getting started in Australia, so what better excuse for Leigh to educate the world about the beautiful game? A friend and I were discussing cricket and NBA personnel parallels, and we came up with a few good ones. Leigh, help me out with the pronunciation here. Tendulkar? Tendulkar is Michael Jordan because they are both GOATs. Okay. Lara?
Brian Lara
is Iverson, both super stylish, unstoppable players, played on largely crap teams but made them strong just by their ability. And Dravid?
Yes, Dravid.
Dravid is Tim Duncan, longevity, Mr. Fundamental. Enough said. Leigh, what are some other parallels you can think of? Would love to hear. That's from Kaushik. Formerly from India, now in Leigh's beautiful Melbourne.
Well, first off, Kaushik, he is Indian, and the person who he says is Michael Jordan, Sachin Tendulkar, is also Indian.
Oh.
And unfortunately, we've actually had this discussion on Twitter already. Brian Lara, the one he says is Iverson, is actually the Michael Jordan of cricket.
So where's he from?
He's from the West Indies.
Okay.
He's one I was talking to recently on Twitter. You might have seen me blast that tweet.
No, thankfully not.
You're killing it on cricket Twitter.
True story. True story.
The thing is with Brian Lara is the West Indies in the 70s and 80s and very early 90s were incredible teams. And he joined them 92, I believe it was. And he was an incredible batsman, but he joined them at the wrong time because then all their good players left. Yeah. But he still carried the West Indies. The 1999 tour.
Leigh, can I jump in here?
No,
can I jump in for 1 second? Because I said, should we do this question? You said, oh, yeah, I'm going to answer it so quick. Now you're going through every year.
I just know that Kaushik can be listening. I mean, you've just got to look at the Australian.
Just settling a score.
Just call the guy. Just call him.
The Australian tour of the West Indies in 1999. There was a 4-test series. It's probably the greatest test series we've ever seen. Maybe the Australian England Ashes of 2005 or the Australian India 3-test series in 2001. Also brilliant series. But Brian Lara in 1999 carried
what year?
1999.
Life on the edge of time.
He carried the West Indies in one of the most incredible series I've ever seen. It was amazing. He hit a 200, he hit 150, he hit 130, he hit 100. The 153 not out in the second innings of Barbados, maybe the greatest innings I've ever seen.
Sleeping.
I sound like I'm listening to an esports report.
Anyway, so that's what I just wanted to clear up. Brian Lara. Tendulkar is a fantastic cricketer. Most runs scored ever, but that's like Karl Malone scored more than Jordan.
Nice comparison.
But Brian Lara, he hit more bigger centuries than Tendulkar hit centuries.
Brian
Lara hit a 400. No one's done that. He hit a 375. His first century ever was in Sydney. Back in 1993, hit 277. He named his first daughter Sydney.
That's great.
Nice. Very nice.
Shout out to Brian Charles Lara.
What was his nickname? Larry? What'd you call him?
What was his nickname?
Larcy?
That's a great question. No, he never really had one. But I invited him for a tour of the NBA TV studios just this morning. He said because they're actually playing, him and Shane Warne are playing this.
Warnie.
Yeah, they're playing these 3 2020 matches in Houston, New York, and somewhere else. I can't remember the third one. But
you said swing by Atlanta.
Yeah, I said come to Atlanta, and he said there are more matches to come next year, but this time you might have to come to one of the 3 venues. So open invitation to Brian Lara.
All right.
Ooh. Look,
That was quick.
actually,
Yeah, it was very fast.
you said Sydney. While I was looking at this red wig, it reminded me of Sydney on Melrose Place. You ever watch Melrose Place?
No, wasn't a big fan of Melrose Place. No.
They called it Melbourne Place where he's from.
All right.